Hello, online crew. How are you today? Welcome to today's broadcast, where we're going to talk about something that is absolutely fundamental to your success in business. If you're here listening to me in any capacity or you've listened to me before, it's probably because you want to build a business, not just because you like turning up and listening to me talk. There's probably a reason that you're here. And this is something that I'm quite passionate about. One, because of my own experience. And secondly, it's what people concentrate on to be successful sometimes are the wrong things. So we don't want you doing that. We want you to concentrate on the important things to help you be more successful. So that's what we're going to talk about today. If you're not familiar with my lives, at the beginning of every week, I talk about something to do with personal growth, personal development to help you be a better version of yourself so you can have an amazing business. So that's why this video, which is my first video of the week, always talks about something of this nature, because a lot of you are looking for the silver bullet. You're looking for the next best thing that's going to help you be successful online. And majority of the time, it actually comes down to you, or you, if you're watching on Instagram. So if you see me looking around a little bit, it's because I've got dual devices going on here. For those of you that I'm looking at now, welcome from my business page, my free group, and YouTube. And those of you that I'm looking at now, hello to those on Instagram watching live. So I'm broadcasting in a few places today. So how is everybody today? Are you good? Are you feeling down? Are you happy? What's going on in your world? I'd love to know. And I want to share a little bit of my experience, I guess, in building a business online in this topic today, and something that I know, because I've gone up and down with it. I'll probably continue to go up and down with it. From my own experience, when, things are happening in my business, there's certain things that I'm concentrating on. And when there's things not happening in my business, there's usually a flow-on effect in other areas of my life or vice versa. Okay, so I'm going to share that with you today. Before we get into that, I just want to remind you of a few things. Clubhouse tomorrow. Now, I've created for you guys to make this super, super, super simple. I often have a lot of things going on. We've got a Clubhouse room every week, the coaching community. I've got trainings or live Zoom calls, which is what we've got this week. And then my last live is only in my group and not here. And, there's things going on everywhere. So I've created a page, which is helenmartinonline.com/events. And I'm going to update it every week at the beginning of the week. And all you need to know, all you need to go to is that link. I'll show you what it looks like. This link here, if you go there, it's going to have that week's what's on. So those of you in my coaching community, you'll know what's on. Those of you that are new to my communities and you don't know what time I go live or where I go live, that page will give you the details. Those of you that are not on Clubhouse yet but want to join our discussion, that'll be on that link. Like, I'm going to update that link every single week as to where I am, what I'm doing, what you need to be aware of. So just store that link, helenmartinonline.com/events, and then you'll get all the details on the one page for that coming week. So I'll update that every week. Excuse me. I thought that might be helpful to you because especially this live video at the beginning of the week, I give you a rundown and nobody remembers anything. So if I've got the one page that everyone can go to, then you can find the information there. Tomorrow on Clubhouse, we're talking about networking and recruiting online. So if you have problems with networking and recruiting online, you definitely want to join us on Clubhouse tomorrow. So that's 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 11:30 p.m. UK, 8 a.m. is South Australian time. So if you go to that link, helenmartinonline.com/events, if you click on the link, it tells you exactly in your time zone when that is if you're not in those places that I just mentioned. Okay, so just store that, helenmartinonline.com/events, and that's what's going on in my communities. Even those of you in the coaching communities, we've got the live Q&A Zoom calls. You can click on the link and that'll take, it's got the Zoom link, the times, the dates, everything. Okay, so does that sound a lot easier for some of you? I hope so. So just jot that down so you can look at it at any time, any week, and know where I am and what I'm doing and what's coming up. Okay. All right. Who's here? Let me say a quick hellos. Hi, Sayani. How are you? We've got Heather. We've got Wanda. We've got Deb. Heather is feeling fabulous. Good to hear. Wanda is feeling fabulous. Oh, so many people feeling fabulous today. That's awesome. Beth, Clubhouse is incredible. Love the platform. Stay tuned for great training and tips on networking and recruiting. Yep, absolutely. Creating. And I got you, Beth. I got you. Hello, Cherie. Hello, Robert. Got it. Think I'm in. Think you're in. Robert, you're here. So good to see you here. Looks great. I've got the link. Okay, love it. Your link. Yeah. So that'll just keep you guys less confused about where I am and what I'm doing. And if you want to get on the Clubhouse link, that link will change every week. It's not the same every week. So I'll update the topic. I'll update the link. Those of you in the coaching community, you know what training's coming up and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's get into today's topic. If anyone is new here, either on Facebook or YouTube, or you guys on Instagram here, just put down new to let me know if you're new to our community, because what we do here is help home-based business owners bring their business online with modern social media strategies. So if you want to build your business, bring it online and use modern sort of strategies to find prospects, lead generation, build your business, find team members, all that kind of thing. This is all the kind of stuff that we talk about here. So hopefully you are in the right place, and I can help you with that. So firstly, I want to know what you guys think helps you be more successful in your business. Now, there's so many things that you could say here, and there's more than one answer to this, but there is one critical thing that you need to have personally to be able to have a really good, successful business. What do you guys think that is? How do you feel when you feel a certain way? Does your business perform better? Like, what is it that you do that makes you perform better in your business? Because it's all about performance. The more you perform, the more successful your business is going to be. So what makes you perform better, do you think, in your business? I'd love to know what you guys think around this, because there's a whole combination of things that will obviously make you successful. But this is a really important one. And this is my experience and my success and my journey over the last few years. Is when I've got some things sorted, my business it's different. I just get better results in my business. Your mind, belief. Okay, what else, guys? So belief in yourself is critical. Okay. So Steph's going mind right as well, getting organized. So that's important as well. Leveling up and being self-aware. So that's all sort of the mindset side of it as well. Being organized. So, okay. So all of those things are really important, but here's what I want to share with you. And this has been documented specifically for entrepreneurs. So if you're building businesses online in any capacity, then whether you label yourself as an entrepreneur or not, you are. You might just be a budding entrepreneur. Maybe you haven't made it yet, but you're on your way. Your health. Your health. Your health is, and I just really want to have a strong conversation about this today, because some of you are amazing at this and some of you are not. And I'm just not talking physical health. When I say health, I'm talking mental health. So all the things that you've already mentioned, like belief in yourself and all the rest of it, but also your physical health. How many of you know that when you physically feel good, you physically feel fitter? You feel healthier, you have greater mental clarity, you get more things done, you're more organized. How many of you can connect those two? I certainly can. Sometimes the busier I get, the more I let go as far as my health and food and exercise and all the rest of it. And then we start to feel sluggish, and then you're not as productive. When I'm on form, I've had lots of sleep, I'm fitter, I'm healthier, I'm eating better, I've got more energy, I'm drinking lots of water, I feel great, and my business goes on fire. Who can make that connection from themselves? Who's honest enough to say, yep, I believe that to be true, or no, that's not the case for me? I'd love to know what you guys think. When I feel good about myself, okay, Yvette, oh yes, your health is essential. Yes, absolutely, I can. Oh yes, since I've been walking, I have more productivity because of the clarity and the focus. Okay, so making that connection. It's hard to balance everything. It is. And this is where we go wrong as entrepreneurs. We try to do all the work things, and guess what gets left behind? Your mental and your physical health. When your mental and your physical health slide, you cannot perform at your peak. Therefore, you're not going to have the best business. And it's hard to pull all of this into perspective. But what I'm trying to say to you here is your health, whether that's mental or whether that's physical, and it should be a balance of both, because if you don't believe in yourself, like your mental health, if you're down on yourself and you don't believe in all that kind of stuff, there's no way you're ever going to build a successful business, because you'll self-sabotage any success that you have. If you feel like crap, like really, like you're not fit, you're not healthy, you don't feel good and all the rest of it, there's no way you're going to have the best business that you can have. You can still have a good business, but you're not going to have the best business. So if you don't make time for your health, you better make time for your illnesses later. That's basically the bottom line. We have to look after ourselves mentally and physically in the best possible way we can. I know, as I just said before, when I'm on form, then everything, I'm just so much more productive. I bang the workout. I get twice as many things done when I've got lack of sleep. And there are times, don't get me wrong, not every day is going to be perfect. And I have seen people, and I've seen it in my own team, when people suddenly go, oh, my health is so much more important. They prioritize that, and all their momentum has gone in their business. So you don't want to do that either. So yes, we need to prioritize our health, but not at the expense of having momentum in your business. So I know for myself, like last night, I realized, I don't know how I did this. Well, I do know how I did this. I do webinars for a mentorship company, and that they're all odd hours. And there's 3 different types of webinars. They're all at different times in my Australian time zone, and it gets confusing. And I put the wrong time in my diary 3 weeks ago. So something was happening a few weeks ago, wrong time. So I realized at 1 o'clock in the morning last night when I was wrapping things up, it's like, oh, that webinar is like, and I even announced, although I deleted it, so you guys probably didn't pick it up, that I was going live early today because I had this webinar to do. So at 1 o'clock this morning, I've gone, something doesn't seem right about that webinar. So I did the time conversion again. It's like, oh, it's not at 9:30 a.m. It's at 4:30 a.m. and I need to be up in 3 hours. So this hit me at 1 o'clock this morning, and I'm like, oh, I wish I'd realized that. I would have gone to bed earlier. So there are times where, like, and I didn't sleep. Seriously, it's like when you're waking up, to catch a plane. Do you remember planes? Those things that go up in the air and they've got wings. Do you remember those things? Planes. It's like when you're catching an early morning flight and you just don't sleep because you're scared you're not going to make the flight. It was like that last night. It's like, well, what if I don't wake up? What if I sleep through my alarm? So I virtually had no sleep. And there are times, because of what I do, that I don't have a lot of sleep. And when I do that a few nights in a row, it catches up with me. One night I'll be fine. So there's times in your business where you'll go on runs. You might be recruiting a lot. You've got to make the sacrifices to get where you want to go. Does that make sense? So there are times where your health may slide a little bit because you're doing something really important, or you're on a run for something in your company, or you're chasing a rank and there's a little less sleep because there's lots of people joining, and you're probably thinking, I wish I had that problem. But those kind of things, and that's okay. It's just balance it out. So for some of you, you need to start with some more sleep. Some of you need to go to bed earlier. Do you know going to bed after 10 p.m. is not as good sleep? Like, you might sleep, but you're not going to have, there's different cycles of sleep, and you're not going to have that proper deep sleep that you get if you go to bed before 10 a.m. Who goes to bed before 10 p.m.? Very rare for me to go to bed before 10 p.m., I will admit, but I do, depending on what I'm doing. I don't like to get to bed too late. I don't need huge amounts of sleep. Like, all of you would know, like, I'd love to know, how many hours of sleep do you, maybe not what you're getting now, but is a good amount of sleep for you? I'd love to know. Is that, Some people can survive on 4 hours sleep and they function just fine. Good luck to them. That's not me. If I can get about 6 hours a night, I'm good to go. But with my schedule, it's all over the place sometimes. And like last night was a total disaster. But and it's been a really, really long day already, and it's only morning for me. But in the general scheme of things, are you looking after yourself? Are you drinking enough water? Are you exercising most days? Those kind of things. Your mental health. Is that sliding? Are you looking after yourself? Are you reading? Are you journaling? Are you doing whatever makes you feel good? It is impossible for you to have a really thriving business unless you are looking after you. And I'll say it again, unless you make time for your health now, and I mean mental and physical, you better make time for your illnesses later, because that's how it pans out. You get inflammation in the body, all diseases come from inflammation. You know how this goes. It's not a good combination, is it? But it's documented for entrepreneurs that we kind of leave ourselves a little bit last. And when we do that, we can't really have the thriving business. Like when you get bigger, you have more people and more support. When you're in the beginning of your journey, it can be really tough because you're doing everything yourself. I know. I got a lot of things going on. For the most part, I do most of it myself. And it's exhausting, but it's not forever. So sacrifices are okay, but not on an ongoing, year after year after year, because you will fall in a heap somewhere along the line and you'll never be able to build the business that you want to build. So who knows that they've got changes that they need to make? Like, I'd love to share that with me. Gloria, I'll be hibernating soon enough. Is that because of the cold? In bed by 8:30 and up by 6. That's a good night's sleep. That sounds great to me, Gloria. Probably about 6. Heather has 8. Cherie, 8 to 10. In bed between 9:30. Okay. So you're doing quite well. I've been better about going to bed at 10, but don't sleep until about 11. But better than 2, and getting up and walking in the morning, and I'm getting much more done during the day. The more, Robert, 4 to 6, that's not a lot, Robert. You can survive on that. So when we're well rested, your brain will function, you'll have more clarity, you'll be able to get more done. Now, there's all the other things that come into play, like how organized are you, and are you time blocking, and are you setting goals, and all the other stuff that comes with being successful as an entrepreneur. Like, all that comes into play. But you've got to make sure that you are well rested, well fed, well exercised, for you to have any kind of real peak success in your business. And if you noticed, what amazes me is when people get really successful, then they also get really fit. Have you seen that? Like, I'll give you some examples. Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins is at the moment, the best physical shape she's ever been. And she admits it. And I think she's in her 50s. And she said it's the best she's ever looked. Who's another one? Tony Robbins is always in peak physical fitness because of all the high energy stuff that he does. Someone else I've noticed that's got really into fitness lately, I don't know if you know who this is, but Grant Cardone, like fully into fitness now and got all these fitness goals. Any of you that follow Kerwin Ray, he's actually an Australian entrepreneur. He's fully got into fitness. Like, it's really weird watching a lot of the really successful entrepreneurs, how fit and how healthy and how respectful they become of themselves as an individual. And they know if they're going to be at that next peak level, which, they get to a level and they want more. So success, you never arrive. You're just at this level. And then when you get to that level, you go to that level. And so these guys like Mel Robbins and Grant Cardone, they're up here. But there's always another level. So they keep pushing themselves to the next, physical, mental health level, because that's where they need to go to maintain that level of, multiple $1 million businesses. Now, do you think there's a theme to that? To be able to, and I'm not saying that you need to do that or be that extreme, but successful people absolutely look after themselves mentally, physically, all the rest of it. They got a hell of a lot more money to pay for people to cook for them and do exercise routines and stuff like that. Obviously, put that into perspective. But it's interesting when you watch successful people, what are they doing that you're not? Walk in the shoes of successful people and start little steps. And those of you that are a complete mess, start with small things, because that's the only way you can ever implement change. You can't be here today and want to be there tomorrow, and that's just going to happen because you just want it to happen. To change bad habits, to really make change in your life. I've still got that banner rolling on the bottom. Sorry, I didn't realize that was still there. To really affect change, it's baby steps. So for some of you, it'll be just starting to go for a walk. For others of you, it'll be like I'm talking to myself here in the mirror. Drink more water. Constant struggle for me because I'm so busy. I do a lot of talking. I can talk to you guys and then go on to another training and talk for another, half hour and then get onto a call with a student, and I would have hardly drunk anything like water, whatever it is for you. But when you feel amazing, you will build an amazing business. You look after you and the business will look after itself. Within reason, you know what I'm saying. But you look after you, prioritize you, but not to the point where you lose momentum in your business, because our industry thrives on momentum. Okay, so there will be peaks and times that you have to run hard and you might sacrifice a bit of sleep for a while. It's okay when it's short term, just don't do it long term. So I don't know what it is for you, but what I'm encouraging you to do is do something for you that is not business related, because the flow-on effect will be for your business, whether it's drinking more water, eating better, exercising, meditation, affirmations. What is it for you that you can implement a baby step to help you be a better version of you, to look after your physical and mental health so you can have the amazing business that you actually want? Does that make sense? Who's committing to something? I want to know. You don't have to tell me what it is, but say, I'm committed. I want to know. Jillian Michaels. Look, we're flabby. I've never known Jillian Michaels to be flabby. I've only ever seen her. But I'm sure she was, at one stage. I need to get back to living in the gym. We don't have to live in the gym, but just, for myself, a lot of you know that I teach a pump class on a Monday morning in my part of the world. And on Sunday, it was a beautiful sunny day. It's been freezing ever since. But I went for a 2.5-hour walk. My legs today are so sore. But do you know how good it feels to get out in the fresh air and exercise? And I worked my class so hard yesterday, and they're all moaning and groaning at me, but we laugh and we have a good time. And I felt amazing when I came home yesterday. And it's like, this is the benefits of exercise and feeling good. When you feel good within your own head, your business will benefit from that. When you don't feel good in your own head for whatever that reason is, mentally or physically, it's going to be really hard for you to throw all your energy into your business and think that's going to, sometimes people, what's the word from, like, they bury themselves in their business to actually avoid the things that they need to take care of, which could be you, it could be your health, it could be your relationships, whatever it is for you. So don't do that. Concentrate on yourself, peak physical and mental health. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you can just do something to improve where you're at, your business will thank you for it later, because when you're amazing, your business is going to be amazing. It's just the way that it works. It is for me. When I feel on top of the world, things in my business, oops, sorry, Instagram. I just had a call coming through there. When I feel amazing, things just, everything flows from that. So look after you is what I'm saying, and give your health a priority, mental and physical, because if you don't now, you have to later, probably in a negative way, if that makes sense. Okay, so prioritize yourself, look after yourself so you can actually build the amazing business that you deserve and, you should have in your life. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. Don't forget Clubhouse tomorrow. We're talking about networking and recruiting online. So if that's something that you want to know more about, it's free. It's just our weekly Clubhouse room every week. The details are on that link I gave you, helenmartinonline.com/events. The link is there. Just download the Clubhouse app. If you don't have it yet, just download the app and click that link at the time. You can see the times that are on in your time zone when you click on the link, and we'll take you straight to the room tomorrow. And coaching community members, we've got our live Q&A Zoom call tomorrow, and then one for the other time zones the next day. But just click that link, helenmartinonline.com/events, and you can see where everything is. And I will see you guys same time, same places tomorrow. Okay? Catch you then. Bye.